All right, welcome to another man's point of view. Today, we're going to go ahead and answer an email of a horror story that pertains to a single mom. Now, this one has everything that I've been talking about. I'm going to break it down. This is a perfect example and opportunity to show you what I'm talking about. So, we're going to go ahead and start with a quote, and this is going to fit everything. This is literally the answer to everything, but of course, you have to understand it and comprehend it once again. So here we go. I'll start with this, and then we'll go on to with the email. Okay. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his. Now I know, but it's you know, while it is that simple, it really is very, very complicated because it really is dimensional and duality, which means they mixed in all sorts of levels, which is why I always say this is chess, not checkers. Now, I'll go ahead and explain that quote in the end when once we're done with the email, and we'll break it down and let's see how this goes. All right, so let's go ahead and start.
So here it is. Listen up, fellas. I experienced a true horror story with a single mom, which is perhaps also a covert narc. But beware, it takes some time to read because it won't miss any detail.
Now, I will say this is word for word what was sent to me. So I want to say thank you to my listener that sent this. And while I'm not here to judge, I tried to read it. I couldn't, right? Because this is straight up how it was sent. So I found this little thing that could read it for us. Probably be way easier, right? Instead of me trying to read it, and you probably wouldn't understand a damn thing just like I did as I was trying to read it. But we're gonna work with what we have. So let's go.
But beware, it takes some time to read because it won't miss any detail. But it is worth it. It gives you a big insight into a relationship with a single mom. It may can open your eyes that most of them have a hidden agenda. 1 year ago, a new neighbor moved into the house I live. It's one house with two apartments, sharing the same hallway, sharing the same terrace also. So you will see and hear everything from each other. When they moved and I already had a bad gut feeling. I'm a very sensitive guy. The first
Okay, now let me translate that. Now, it took me a while to figure this out, but apparently, what he's saying is that this single mom moved in to the apartment next door. You can hear shit from both sides, right? And he knew that he had a bad feeling from this person, right? It was single mom family, and because he's a very sensitive guy. That's what that's what that was, right? So let's continue.
the first time I met her at the hallway, she said, I am divorced from my husband, and I thought, why does that even matter? After
Well, it matters because that was the seed. Now remember, and this is to you, my listener who sent this. Um, you got to understand once again, and this is to all my listeners, basically. Um, Again, this is chess, not checkers. Once you understand that, right, that is the first step to everything. Understand this is what really going on. Whether she's a single mom, whether she's a wife, whether your girlfriend, a friend, whatever it is, at the end of the day, she's a woman. And this will reflect, right, everything. That was the seed. That's where you fell. Hook, line, and sinker. Now, that pertains to the quote, so pay attention.
After that, she knocked at my door like 4 to 5 times, and I slowly got annoyed and asked for her number so she can contact me at WhatsApp when she wants something. The neighbor before only knocked my door. One
There you go. Um, this was also pretty hard to decipher. Well, not really, but I'm saying it took me a while to decipher it. But I guess what he's saying that his neighbor, the other guy who used to live there, knocked maybe once or twice. She did it 2 or 3 times, four. Basically saying she was bothering him. um, which sounds like an excuse to me, right? Because it ultimately you somehow got bothered, which actually, when you think about it, in chest, that's what actually got piqued her interest. The fact that you were genuinely, if this is true, the email, you were genuinely bothered by her, so you looked at her as a nuisance. So you gave her the WhatsApp number or whatever, right? But in ultimately, you were already hooked. You gave her a number so she could call you for whatever she wants. So she had you right underneath her thumb, basically, right? So let's continue.
One time in 4 years, I was slowly getting the feeling that she wants me, the way she looked at me, etc. That one time I met her at the terrace, she played the victim, that she feels bad at her currently relationship and overall. We talked a bit and I told her that I'm a rapper and gave her my YouTube channel. At this time I
Now that's your cue. Well, and anyway, that was her. That was your message to her that you liked her. Notice once again, it's chest. She made the first move, right? You fell for it, right? Then you were like, well, I knew she liked me because of this, blah blah. You sent the your music through the YouTube, right? Now you like her, right? Which she knows because she knows. Women know it's a P radar. She wouldn't have done this move from the very beginning had she not known this from the very beginning. Now, once again, I know how it sounds that it's um reparative, or what's that thing called, right? Like it's all interconnected. That's what you need to understand. I'm breaking it down straight up, detail by detail, so you could see everything that I've been saying all along.
At this time I released a love song, and she told me she likes it, but it was the last time. She never really cared about my music.
No duh. Because once again, what's wrong with this picture? To my listeners and to the guy that sent the email, um, you can see you shouldn't care at all, right? Whether she cares about your song or not. But again, it's a chest move to make you feel a certain way, and it looks like it worked, right? She didn't care about my music, right? Which piques your interest, which works the same way, right? It works the same way with the woman, which is what I've been saying, right? It's like almost like the woman is mimicking, or actually the men are now mimicking the woman, and you could see by the email, right? Which again is not an insult to the sender, right? I'm just showing you the ropes, right? And everything you did wrong.
Soon we had a date at candlelight with red wine, and through the candlelight she looked 20 years younger, I swear. But
Any woman, right, that is interested in you and you feel it, if you will, or you know this, right, that you actually have a chance, it's going to look better to you because that's the excuse your other head tells your big head so that you can go and move forward in doing your job, right? However, your other head, the big head, the one you should be using, thinking outside the box, right, tells you all the facts. Because it's amazing to me that he knows literally all the facts, and yet he couldn't help himself, which is what that meant. The I'm telling you, she looked 20 years younger in the candlelight.
she is 44 and looks even older than that, and she got 3 kids. I'm a 33 years old childless man, by the way. Her son lives in the same town at his dad's house, and she lives together with her 2 daughters.
Now, those are the details. Keep in mind, whether you're single, married, or whatever is irrelevant. You are, or supposed to be, the man. But again, you disclosing all of that percent, that's what I've been saying, that represents the mirror where you're or mimicking a woman, which is not your job. You see what I mean? That's for my listeners. Um, so let's continue.
Her son lives in the same town at his dad's house, and she lives together with her 2 daughters. We continued to meet, and at some point we started to cuddle, and we already had sex after 1 week.
Once again, that's you. doing the judging, right? What'd you expect? Did you really think after three kids, 44-year-old woman was going to wait? And that's what I've been talking about, right? You got to think logically, but at the same time, smartically, if that's even a word, which I just invented right now. Smart. You have to think smart. It's logic beyond logic. You ever heard of Leono, right? From Thundercats, right? He gets the sword. He says, "Sword of Pandora, give me sight beyond sight." Well, that's what that is. All right. She's 44. She got nothing to lose. Her time ran out. She's done. Why the hell would she wait any longer? So that's you once again being too nice. You're too nice, right? You shouldn't be, especially at 33. But you still got time to change all of this.
She discarded her ex for me, which is also not a good sign. After some time,
Now that's a sign of self worth. As you can see, like what he said, she discarded her ex for me. She actually didn't. All right. She was playing you all at the same damn time. But that's you thinking that. That's you thinking that. Remember that.
after some time, she also told me that she cheated on him 2 times. My gut feeling screamed never so loud because I felt narrowed and controlled all the time. One time I walked up the stairs and she said they were waving at me and that I should more often look into her window, and this sounded and felt like a command. It was fast forwarding also. After 2 weeks she already called it a relationship. She completely rushed every.
There you go. There you go. That's where you can see how she happens to be more of a man than you are. She planted the seed, right? She's the fisherman and you're the fish. Now, while it is crude, right? But that's, word for word what he sent, right? And I wasn't about to sit there and fix it, right? Or, and add words to it, but that's just straight up what it is, right? Raw. As raw as it gonna get. I'm a little lazy. So there you go. I don't have a team, right, to edit and shit. So this is it. But the point is, right, she set the command, right? She's doing the leadership. Um, what did she say? She rushed everything, right? Um, what else did she say about all right, let's see, it's gonna
It
repeat.
was fast forwarding also. After 2 weeks she already called it a relationship.
There you go. She established the relationship. And all of this, by the way, is how you actually make people fall in love with you. Once you understand and master exactly what's going on, this is how you do it. For all of you that are always asking, this is straight up seduction 101 directly from the fish's mouth. Right? But again, um, there it is, right? Self explanatory.
It was fast forwarding also. After 2 weeks she already called it a relationship. She completely rushed everything. After some days she already wanted me to see her daughters and I said that's a bit fast, and she blackmailed me to pause the relationship for 4 weeks if I don't want to meet them. Also I recognized a lot.
You heard that? Well, I mean, it was. I know. Again, it was a little not it's not the greatest email here, as you can see, but you could see how it again. It's chest move, right? It's like you're gonna meet my daughters. He's like, nah, that's too fast. She says, well, let's pause the relationship. Remember, she didn't say let's end it. She said let's pause it. But to a man, it means it's over. Now, out of desperation, he goes in, can't control himself because, again, he's mimicking, or in this case, my viewer here who sent the email. Once again, I say thanks, right? Because you are putting yourself in this situation. But I do want you to learn from this. And, as gratitude, go ahead and explain to you with detail. You're going to get the true detail here. I'm not going to give you the bullshit answer that you always get, right? Good thing you moved along, right? And all that stuff you get from all the other gurus. You can get the real deal here. There's Your evidence right there. You have it. It's all there. You were played, right? And you were played in the game of chess. You had already fallen for her, right? Because of all these little moves, right? She's doing the sneaking, right? She's planting the seed. She's giving it to you, taking it away, giving it to you, taking it away, and that's the exact way that you manipulate anybody. It's called you give them some food, and then you kick them in the ass on the next day. But I'll explain that later. Let's continue.
Also, I recognized a lot of devaluations. 3 days together with her, I walk into her apartment, and she says, "You stink, go take a shower," and I shower every morning. Or one
That's the classic shit test, and you failed. It's I'll give you an order. I attack your what is it? It's your I attack. It's a way of think about it. It's a way of attacking. That's why I say fire with fire, right? This is where you would see how it works, how women use it, and how you can use it once you understand it. Now let me explain. Right? It's like telling, but the difference is a woman has the nuts, if you will, to say it straight up like that. You stink. Take a shower. Go to your damn locker, right? Like a coach. And you sit there, right? You take the offense and you go and do it. Why? Because somehow in your primal brain, you know that getting the shower, right? She's saying this because she wants you clean for later to give up some action. That's the primal, that's that head thinking for this head and overriding this head, right? But let's continue um, with the thing.
or one time I wanted a leg massage, and she said, "I don't care about your leg." That seemed like she only cares about the sex and not me at all. She also
Now that's funny because, once again, I've heard that line before, but I've heard it from women, and I'm hearing it more and more from men. You shouldn't care. As a matter of fact, that's what we want, right? As a real man, right? You would want your woman to only care about that. But because you are too damn emotional mimicking a woman, you are now the one saying, well, it seems like she didn't care about my leg, right? She only cared about this. Really? You're a 33-year-old man. Again, I'm not here to judge you or attack you, but you got to understand what it is you are, right? For you to say a statement like that, you can see how you look, right? Not only to um, her, but to yourself. You should catch it, which is my point.
she also thought that I have no car and that I'm a guy that only takes, which is complete bullshit.
Yep, because that's psychology 101. In everything that he wrote, you can see all the manipulation because they are masters at manipulating, especially a 44-year-old single mom. They are masters. They got a lifetime of manipulation skills. That's why she can do it because she gave you food, right? Here you go, gave you a taste. Then she said, "Now I want you to do this." You said no, right? She said, "Well, I'm going to take it away for 4 weeks." You got desperate. She gave it back. Now she's judging you, right? Giving you orders. Now you're doing it. And there you go. She's got you just where she wants you. That's manipulation 101, which goes hand in hand with the shit test. Yeah, and you're failing them, right? Which is why she continues to do them because she knows you're going to fail more. So let's continue.
She also thought that I have no car and that
Oh, she hits you in the pride,
she also
even though, um, it's not true, like you said, but that's not what it's about. It's about her just saying it. Again, it's planting the seed. You have to understand this. There's levels to this game, and women are masters at it. And us guys, right? We never say the truth because we don't have the nuts. Which, again, if you've paid attention up to this point, now you can see where the quote. Let's hope you didn't forget about the quote. Where the quote is is starting to make sense. But we'll break it down at the end.
She also thought that I have no car, and that I'm a guy that only takes, which is complete bullshit. I have an Audi A4 and my own money. Or complaining that my breast is shaved. What the hell, really? You should take your new partner the way he is.
Now, that was pretty harsh right there. I mean, it took me a while to understand that line there, but I think what he was trying to say is that what the hell, you should accept your new partner, which right there, once again, that's where you're completely wrong, my friend. You must forget this. Erase this belief that this is a partnership. Erase the belief that a new relationship means anything to a single mom. Forget about it. That's it's um it's a trap, right? So you got to unlearn this stuff, and it's hard. I know it's hard, but here you go. There's your evidence right there, straight from your own, uh, literally from your own word. There it is, right? And you knew this all along, which is what my point is, right? Because everybody always says, "See, I would do this if I." When you're there, you lose control. Have you seen my other videos? They're all connected, like I said, right? Don't trust anybody because even your shadow will leave you in the dark. And there he is, right? Despite him knowing all this, he still goes ahead and does exactly what he was trained to do by, sadly in this case, women and society and all that. But let's continue.
And many more devaluations. Also, she contradicted herself very often. Like saying,
Because she's a two. Now is it making sense? Once again, she's always going to say two things, which again goes hand in hand with the mastery of psychology and manipulation. That's why they're experts because they actually think at two levels beyond you. That is one of the biggest mysteries of the universe, which not many people know. Very few, if not, I've only heard here and there a few guys that have been actually close. But what I'm telling you, you heard it once again here, you heard it first here at the man's point of view from the space luchador himself. That's next level chess. That's this. Believe it or not, this is 4D chess. But again, you gotta master and at least start believing in 3D chess before you get to 4D chess. But that's what's going on. All right, let's continue.
like saying we perhaps can have an open relationship, and then she told me that she never said this.
There you go. That's planting the seed. She says we can have this, which means you can have all of this limited and you don't have to pay for it. Then retracts the offer and says, I never said that. You do have to pay it. Leaving you, guess what? Confused. You fell once again, hook, line, and sinker to a master manipulator. But there you go. That doesn't necessarily mean, all right, that she's bad. That just means she's a two. Understand this. Let's continue.
Or the first time having sex, she said without condom it feels better, and I asked if she can get pregnant. Not kidding, she said she is fully receptive.
There you go. Once again, giving you literally everything and then taking it away in one swift move, while at the same time giving it to you once again. It's I'll give you and I'll take it back. I'll give you and I take it back. Right? She's giving you the fake premise that you have an option. But again, it only works because you are now mimicking a two. You see how it makes sense? Now I know again it takes a new comprehension and understanding to truly get it. But now I'm showing you what I see when I look at the matrix. I see it so perfectly now. But again, I'm here to explain something. Now I'm going to show you little by little. Here's your evidence. Let's continue.
Not kidding, she said she is fully receptive. The next day she said she can't get pregnant. My gut feeling said all the time that she wants to get pregnant from me to trap me, so I never did pull a blast inside her. When I met the daughters,
There you go. right? Now, look, this is why it works, and this is why he fell, right? He fell because it's the danger of it. It's the mystery. It's the challenge. It's all of that. She got you there, but right again, your head right was telling you that this is all bullshit, right? And you knew all this all along, but you just fell victim, just like any other guy. I fell victim. I have a horror story similar to this, which I'll tell in due time. But let's continue.
When I met the daughters, I recognized that the 14 years old one is very narcissistic, like her lie too much you could even say she is a narcissist. She tried to hurt her mother by pushing her leg away and called her by her real name. And just her overall behavior. I know a lot of real narcissists and I seen parallels, and it is said that daughters always become like their mothers. It seems like there is a lot of
Now, what did I say at the beginning of the video? Is my quote now starting to make sense? Remember what I said, right? And I'll repeat it right at the mid because this is like a long email. Here we go. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his. Now, that first part explains right there what's going on. Her daughter is becoming a master manipulator. She's becoming like her mother. Not because her mother's like the best of the best, no, because she's the two. Once again, when you understand that, everything else starts to make sense. They're not master manipulators. It's more of they just have a certain ability that you don't, which is their tragedy. Does it is it starting to make sense? Comment down below. I ain't done yet, right? But comment down below, right? I want you to truly see that I'm not full of shit. I've been saying this since day one, right? The math is there, right? It's just, once again, hard to explain. But surely, right, we're starting to do it. So there you go. Let's continue.
It seems like there is a lot of hate in her daughter. The question is why, and I can guess why. Because of her mother. One time we were eating together,
There you
and they
go.
said we are the best, and in the bathroom is a big picture at the wall with a crown. While speaking with them, I recognized that they all
Exactly. Because if you understand the quote, you can see what they're truly saying, right? But again, I could just explain it just straight up. But again, I want you to discover it yourself. I'm just showing you the path because that's the only way you'll really learn. Otherwise, if I just straight up say, well, that's what he said, that's what it means to him, and blah, 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 and you throw it in one of those, you'll just forget about it, right? You put it in a note, sounds cool, forget about it. I want you to learn it by yourself. When you discover it yourself, you get passionate, which is what I want, right? That's how you learn. Now, again, let's continue.
While speaking with them, I recognized that they also devalues other people, which was a warning sign for me too. But the most weird thing is that she looked at me angry like 5 months ago because she was able to see me at the stairs to the apartments because she has her eating table at her big window directed to the terrace and the stairs. And every time I met or saw her, she looked sad, but even more, she looked angry. I never
Now here I couldn't decipher no matter how many times I heard it. I don't know if he's talking about the daughter or the single mom herself. Um, so we don't know. That's still a mystery there. But I think he was talking about the mother. But either way, right? At the end of the day, if she resembles the mother, then you can see it's the exact. He sees her in. That's why I said when you date single moms, do not get involved with the kids. Do not try to understand them. Do not become their friends. Do not try to be their fathers. There is nothing to learn from the kids. All you get is just another tool in the pawn, right? So that you can be hooked, line, and sinker and reeled right in. So do not get involved with the kids. That's somebody else's problem and ain't yours. That's it, right? That's how you do single mom dating correctly. But let's continue.
I never saw this in a woman. She also spoke bad about other people, and she looked angry at strangers for no reason, which was very weird. My gut
Oh yeah, I do want to explain that little detail there. This is how the fish, right? Now, this is a freebie for all of you for future videos. This is how fish become attractive fish, right? Because we're fishermen and we see a fish that one is pissed off, two don't want to be bothered, and three you're intrigued because hmm, that looks like a challenge fish, right? So you can see that's why, like, yes, he's judging like, well, she shouldn't be mad and blah blah, but it's still it's the equivalent of a woman being attracted to a man who is interesting. If you understand that, I don't know if I botched the explanation, but there you go. It's a freebie for future um, stuff. That's why it's the women that are not interested in anything are the ones that usually guys really really want, because that's how it works. It's basically trying to catch Moby Dick. Right? But there you go. Perfect example once again by the space luchador. But let's continue.
My gut feeling told me that she is dangerous months before we came together, but often you overhear it sadly. We had some trouble already the first weeks because she wanted to go to an event of her first BF, and after that drinking with him. That seemed kinda weird to me and I asked why would she want to do that, and she immediately became aggressive. I will do this no matter what you.
There you go. There's the challenge, right? First of all, you made the mistake by trying to get involved and like, why you know, you got to understand, she was already a prepackaged fish. So you shouldn't give a rat's ass what she does in the first place. Do not try to make it official. Remember, she made it official, not you. All right? She threw in the kids, not you. Right? She's manipulating you, not you. However, you fell, once again, hook, line, and sinker. And that's your proof. Once again, there it is. It's literally that simple. She said, I'm going to do what I want because you can't control her. She's Moby Dick. Now, at all cost, you're trying to fish it because you think she was on your boat all along. And you're like, well, what the hell? This fish is, when you ever seen the fishermen when they can't reel it in, right? And they call a friend over, and now you got both of them pulling on the fucking stick, right? Same thing, only, in real form here. But, anyways, all right, let's continue. I will do this no matter what, which is the challenge. She wants to see what you would do. And as a matter of fact, she already decided you ain't going to do shit. But at the same time, she gets the order in because it's almost like saying, down, dog, down. You ain't going nowhere. That's what that is. She has you hook, line, and sinker, right? She gets to order you. She tests what you're made out of, and she's gonna do what she wants. Basically, it's the she wants her cake and she's gonna eat it too, and she needs you to be in line with her manipulation, and it worked.
That seemed kinda weird to me and I asked why would she want to do that, and she immediately became aggressive. I will do this no matter what you say. It was weird because we were fresh together and usually you would want to spend time with your new partner now, but I didn't.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at at how I'm proven right once again. You see how you sound. You gotta read it, right, and see how you sound. You have that belief in your head. You're the one that's acting like a female because you're the one. People that have a new partner, once again, should not be coming out of your mouth as a real man. Two, you shouldn't have the belief of people that want to be should be wanting to be and spend time. That's family stuff. You as a real man are not. There's no spending time that talk. So no, don't. It don't work. Don't sound right. And if that's what you feel, don't say it. Yeah, don't say it. Some of the shit you keep to yourself. All right. That was it. That was the example. Now let's continue.
It was weird because we were fresh together and usually you would want to spend time with your new partner now, but I didn't even complain, I just asked. Also, I have to mention that she love bombed me. It was way too much. After 2 days, she already said that she is in love. And she
Exactly. Everything that all the women claim that they hate about a man, you can see here a perfect example of why it is that she can do it and you can't. Because men react differently to the love bombing. Now, you love bomb a woman and she'll kick you right square in the ass as you go out the door. Why? Because you're resembling, spoiler alert, a two. She can do it all she wants, right? It's manipulation 101, which goes back to the quote, and I'll read it again. All women, right, become like their mothers. That is their tragedy, right? And I'll stop there because the guy fits later. Let's continue.
and she almost said this every evening to me when we met, and not to mention all the kisses via WhatsApp. Her time was super limited after her work. She cared for the child.
That's manipulation. Once again, 101. That's how you seduce a fish. However, she knows this because she is a fish. She's only going to use what she already knows, which goes back to my fire with fire video. Anybody wants to go back, you can see them. Go back and check my videos. It's all going to make sense, right? But here's proof. You want a proof? There it is. Once again, and now let me break it down real quick, right? Her time was super limited, which is, again, evidence of what I've been saying all along. You got to be more of a man than she is. If her time is limited, meaning what? She is doing things, no matter what it is. She is doing things and has no time for you, which makes her, in your head, right, more valuable. Again, the elusive Loch Ness monster, right? Or Moby Dick, right, who shows only at a certain time, right, on sunset, right, on the fifth month of whatever the hell, right? But you get the point. Now let's continue.
And she almost said this every evening to me when we met, and not to mention all the kisses via WhatsApp. Her time was super limited after her work. She cared for the child's household, and then she did a shamanic training via internet which cost her 3K. She every day did this weird shamanic rituals, and she stank of this alcohol juice she had to drink for these rituals. It was kinda disgusting. She often only came for sex at 11 p.m. and I felt used by that, even when we went out to do.
It sounds like, once again, she's more of a man than you are. You can see right there seduction, right? It's the training. She's using them for sex straight up. Right? It's amazing. But you can see how all the only thing that really happened was that it was switched, right? This is the order, this happened, which in turn this happened, right? Let's see if I got there you go. So now you're dealing with this, which is why it don't work anyway. Right? You get a four, right? And then you add all the other kids and they do the math. There you go. Once again, if you want to see the video explaining that, it's relationships explained through math or my original single mom video. But let's continue.
She often only came for sex at 11 p.m. and I felt used by that. Even when we went out to do something, one of her daughters would pop up at WhatsApp and interrupt the date.
Oh, what? Well, I guess that happens because I didn't pay for it. But I guess I could do this. Ah, well, I'll do it on my own. Screw it. All right, let's continue. Let's see if this works. No, no, this can't be. Watched my own damn video. All right, just to show you that it's the real deal. Let me see if I could go to my email. Um, or you know what? Maybe I could scroll it on myself. I don't need this guy to read it, right? All right, let's see. We talked a bit. All right, here we go. 20 years younger, swear. All right. And not me at all. Hmm. There you go. It's as raw as it's gonna get. Here we go. It seemed kind of weird to me. Also, I had mentioned she love bombed me. There you go. Here we go. She often only came for me for sex. Let me see if this works. Ah, I'm about to pay $10. So anyway, here we go. Um, interrupt the date, right? Her kid interrupted the date, which is perfect manipulation once again because that it's like you have limited time with the girl, right? And then someone's butting in is a perfect tool. This always works in different levels, but that, again, that's for another video, right? For more advanced. But that's how it works, right? It's the Cinderella. I call it's the Cinderella story syndrome, which means when she only has till 12. So there she goes. She runs off right before she gives you that kiss, right? Loses the shoe. You see her run off. Now you head over heels in love, and your life mission is to find whoever the hell fits this damn shoe. That's what that is in a small ass version. But there you go. Once again, damn, I'm good. Explaining how this works and why, again, it's so simple, but yet so hard. But there it is, right? And you see it over and over. Well, at least for me, I see it over everywhere. All right, but let's continue. That's the Cinderella effect there for you. That's another video. Anyways, she cheated on me, of course. But again, no women cheaters do not exist. All they do is jump ship. So learn that. Um, again, right? Learn that also. Keep that in mind. They jump ship. So this whole she cheated on me, not really, because she was with the ex, she was with you, she was with the new guy, right? That's not jump. That's jumping ship. She's trying to see which is the better ship, which is amazing to me because it's a 44-year-old woman with three grown ass kids, right? Doing this ship jumping. This should be the tens doing this. But remember, we're at this level today, 2022. All right, and and by the way, tens do not do that ship jumping that like this because they're not at that level yet. And by that level, I mean that value level, which again, that's a whole nother ball game. But let's continue. So after 11 to 2 months here, she also me cheating. She did her cinematic ritual, right? All that stuff and shit, like 2 times where she's holding my head strong, right? Yeah, all the little things that that make her remind. Now, let me give you this example. From what I understood, I guess she would hug his head really hard, right? Which is another psychological thing that they do to trap your sorry ass. Like, I'll give you an example. This is one of my horror stories, right? But it's an example. I learned this through this experience I had, and then I catch it here and there, you know. But perfect example, right? I had a girl once. We were doing the Netflix, right, watching TV, and she decides to get her nail and basically um dig a big ass hole in my hand with her nail, right? Basically, just took a chunk of skin and bone. I just a chunk of skin, just ripped it off like that. I obviously was like, "What the hell," right? And before I could react, she said, "That's so you'll never forget me." And sure enough, I never did. That's perfect chess player abilities that you got to understand again. At the time I thought it was crazy, but now it makes perfect sense. That's fire with fire mixed with a little bit. You got to understand how it works, right? And how you can see that they're actually they're more of a man than you are, even though they're a two, because they understand the game so perfectly. They made the rules, right? They play by their rules. It's their game. You're just playing it, right? Understand that, and again, you'll master it, and then it'll all make sense, like I always say, right? Let's continue. Okay, so she looks sad. This ain't it never stops too. So understand that it never stops. She said she feels overwhelmed. Here's the kicker. Too bad this thing failed on me here. Right. Botched the video, but so she's always complaining, right? And she's sad, which means she's a victim. So that plays your little strings of emotions that you're trying to savor, which again just adds on to all the manipulative shit. And now you're stuck in this situation, right? That you know is bad, but you can't help it because you're the nice guy. You're the white knight, right? Now you're on a mission to the Cinderella effect once again. She feels overwhelmed by everything, right? That she is emotionally tired. Now here's the key. Here it is. Emotionally tired. This is the truth she gave you right there. She can't handle the situation. She needs a savior. That would be any of the damn boats. Right? She's doing all this shit to everybody. Now it seems like she's a mastermind, but in all reality, that's what it is. Emotionally tired. She's got no shit to give. This is it. Right? She's gonna do everything in her power and manipulative power. Which, by the way, brings me up another quote, which was I was gonna use for this video, but I'm gonna throw it in there. And it's the power of a woman comes from the weakness of a man. But that's again next level shit. Now let's continue. That she doesn't want to be born again, et cetera, which again, full blown. She wants to. She can continue living. She's giving you the Titanic treatment. She's about to jump the boat, and here you are busting a what's that guy's name? Damn, I forgot his name. Jack. Why you want to jump? Right? Right. And here's the again, it's amazing to me. Remember, 44-year-old done woman. Not a 10, 44-year-old done woman. It still works. Which is what I want you to understand. So um that's gonna make sense for future stuff, future videos. So for now, keep that as a note. Okay, there were many more red flags, of course. The whole damn thing's a red flag. She then went on holidays with me, but with her daughters and friends and daughters and her parents. Well, I don't know what that means. After 2 days, she said she spoke with the landlord, the holiday house, ours, and they have connection. Oh yeah. Apparently, from what I understood here, she was having a connection with another dude, which is another manipulative move to say, "You ain't doing your job. I'm gonna move on." It hits you in the ego, which is why it works, despite you knowing she's worth a damn. But for some reason, she's made you believe that you're worth a damn. But let's continue. This is a triangulation, of course. Triangulation, yes, it's no coincidence there that it's a triangle, right? Like I said, three manipulation tactic, of course, and you knew this. And get rid of this. Um, this is something that somebody created to make this excuse of like she's somehow suffering from some sort of disorder, right? That I guess now they're categorizing as a narcissist. But I guess you can say the space luchador is a narcissist himself, which is why I get it. But all this really means is she's out playing the game for spoiler alert for her, which now brings me to my quote of the tragedy in men. All right. But I kind of just spoiled it there. But I want you again to decipher it yourself. The quote, I mean. But that was a clue. Now remember, she told me she cheated, so she can't trust such. You can't trust such a person. No shit. Um, but that's not really what it means. It just means that it's like a fish telling you, "Hey, you're trying to fish me, but guess what? I happen to have this little thing I call a stinger, which makes me one of the most dangerous damn fishes in the ocean." Right? So she throws the disclaimer. Now you're sitting there, I need to catch that damn fish. Why? Because of that title. One of the most dangerous fucking fishes in the ocean. You want to be able to come back and there it is. I got this big ass fish and all its damn poison in the world didn't mean shit to me, the best damn fisherman in the world. Again, it's ego, right? But I laugh because it's so damn funny, right? And I feel victim myself, right? Before in the past, but I get it so perfectly now, right? But anyways, let's continue. So I told her why she meets another man, right? Of course, you fell, hook line. So she half broke up with me. This is important because you can see she didn't break up with him. She half broke up with him, which again is another tactic. Perfect manipulation from a master. Now, from master to master, I give her the credit because you can see right there perfectly, right? That's master E of the game. Half broke up with me. To make someone else believe that you can half break up with you, think about that. I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to repeat it. Half broke up with me. How does that happen? Yet somehow there it is. Right? It's like, again, it's like, no, but that's for other stuff. I'll save that for later. So, let's continue. Let's continue. Um, Here we go. For dumb reasons and gave me still some hope. There it is. It's this is what this, right, the half broken up with me led to this, which is what she wanted. She wanted to give you hope. How the hell do you keep hope that you got a chance with this 44-year-old single mother of three that's jumping ships left and right? And then this is going to be even crazier once you hear the rest of this. Um, by writing me sometimes, right? So the manipulation continues right through writing. She uses all the tools, which is why I say you got to be once again more of a man than she is. You just ain't using your tools. That's the difference between boys and men. Understand that. Here's your evidence. Once again, days before the holiday, she said that she loves me, and that there you go, and that I'm her man. To then break up with me, she repeated the cycle. There you go. Now I read a book, or actually I was about to read a book, but the synopsis is this: How do you train a hoe? Right? With I think it was a two-piece dinner and a coat hanger. That's what that is, and that book literally is mastery of manipulation on a woman. But there you go. So let's continue before I botch this video even more. Now let's see where I end up. Where did I stop here? Um, Bad person. I was having fear to see this horror uh, thriller movie. Okay, feels like a real nightmare. Yep, and you're living it, which is kind of what you want. After some days, I entered. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, see, that's what happens when you do things straight up. Here we go. All right, back online. Mix everything, but it doesn't matter. You must look at the facts. Okay, here we go. One thing is clear to me. She only used me. Yup. Another affair till she returns to her ultimate simp. This is what's crazy to me. In his mind, right? And again, no disrespect to the sender, but in your mind, you think that original guy's the ultimate simp, yet you've been doing this whole time. So again, what are you mimicking? That's right. Spoiler alert. You're mimicking the two. She somehow turned you into a female, figuratively and technically, not literally, but figuratively. Right? So there it is. Once again, there you go. And I remember that she didn't tell him about the cheating. Um, of course not, but he knows. He knows because he is you, just in another situation. But he's you. He's the other side of the coin. All right, here we go. She didn't tell him about the cheating, so she is just using men for her own pleasure. This is a fact, too. Yes. Which goes back to the quote: all women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. Doesn't mean it's bad. So out there, all you out there in TV land, don't get butt hurt. All right, you just gotta understand what's actually going on. Here we go. So using men for her own pleasure. That's a fact. Completely entitled. Could it be? Why would? Well, what is this quality? Hmm? What is this quality? Who has this? Oh shit! Once again, who has this entitled? That would be a man quality. She wanted that sterilize myself when we would be longer together. Yeah, she wants to see how far she can take it and what you're willing to do, right? Which again, it's another plot. As you can see, it's the same move, just different tactics, but it's the exact same move. It's always sexualized, and it's the same move. It's the do this for me because this is what you're gonna get. It's not like she's giving you new shit because you believe she's giving you bullshit. But if you really think about it, again, 44-year-old woman, forget about the single mom part. She's a 44-year-old. She's done everything under the sun. She can't give you nothing new. Fact. So there you go. Just think outside the box. Do the math. And it all makes sense, right? All right, so here we go. The partner, what she wanted. These expectations are insane for the fact, yes, insanity, which, my friend, you are a victim of. Has zero market value, and you knew this all along. Yet to you, she meant the world, which is the point. That's what all the stuff I've been breaking down were for. That is literally what it's for. It's to value. It's to give her value where there is no value. Believe it or not, here in my board here, there's an equation for that. It's right over here. Where is it at? Here it is. See that? That's a -1, which, believe it or not, still has and holds the value of a 1. But again, that's for next level stuff. For now, just take my word for it, okay? Now, let's see. Here, she doesn't even look good. Not the face, not the body, not her character. It's even worse. I will add some points now so you can see. So he did a list here, right? She's a cheater, which devalues her in his mind. But again, she just jumped ship, and numbers don't matter. 2 times, 3 times, maybe 4 times, don't matter. She did it once too many. Right? So there you go. Warm relationship change. That means she just jumped ships once again. Said cheating is in the family thing, meaning she's going to take no blame for it. Well, no, because again, it's a tragedy of the woman. That is what you are trying to explain here that you don't understand, but that is what it is. This is it. It's the tragedy of a woman. Emotionally unstable and tired, that would be a woman. All right. Huge scars on her legs from back when, I guess this was when, because she wanted to be a boy. Um, that there could be something she said, but still, if that's show that's this here is testament of what you're willing to put up or how far her chest skills are that you let this slide. Forget about all the other stuff. This here, you let that slide. But then again, you let the kid slide, you let the other guy slide, you let right, you all the insults and all that shit. Again, your shadow left you. Now flirts with other men. Yeah, that's the same thing. Triangulation. Sad, evil look. Looks like people nasty and toxic. Yeah, Moby Dick effect. Has sex with men very quickly. Yeah. Uh, um. Yeah. This here is a dead giveaway, right? But again, this here shouldn't count for a 44-year-old woman. Again, if you're a real man, you understand. After, I want to stretch it to past 30, all women are in a time based system, which means the clock is running. So all the holding back kind of starts stopping at 30. So understand that too. It's not really important, but it is important for you to know. So this shouldn't be counted. It should be more of just knowledge for you to understand the fish that you're fishing. Okay, so contradicts yourself very often. That would be a two. Questioning me, for example, broke up with the relationship, gathering. Yeah, hurt me and more. All right, yeah, she's questioning you because she wants to. Anything that she says will be used against her in a court of law. However, it is not used. But however, what you say will be used against you in a court of law, and that's her defense. Whatever you say will be her defense to anything she said, which again, it's just 3D chess. Lied that money doesn't matter to her. Um, yeah, it's both yes and no, which again reflects the two. Didn't feel like cooking together. Um, why would you want to cook with her anyway? That's you reflecting it too. So there you go. So once again, you can see the picture and dominating me to hold hands. Oh yeah, demanding me to hold hands with her outside. Yes, more of a man than you are. And in the end, this woman is not for the streets. That's the new thing that came out right now. I guess that's what you guys agree. Never date a single mom. Done now, and I'm done with women because before this mess, I dealt with, and I think it's missing. He must have skipped. Um, he dealt with another woman and never got over with. That means 3 years. It took him 3 years to heal. No coincidence. There's three. To heal from that original one. So here's the force fit red pill. He never really truly healed, and then fell in this mess, which is then she came, which is what this email is all about. So now that I botched the video with obviously the automatic reading thing machine that failed on me. Again, I do not have a team here. I wish I had a producer, right? A little bit of guys behind the scenes, right? This would be a better show, but we'll get there in due time, right? With you guys' help, subscriptions, and all that. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the quote, and I'll end it with this. All right, all women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his. Now, remember, I want you to decipher it yourself, but that quote fits perfectly with all this. Now, I broke it down because, and again, I'm not judging the email and the misspell and the missing of the words and all that. At the end of the day, we figured it out, all right? And we got the message loud and clear. But you can see this is going on over and over again. Um, my puzzle pieces, as you can see, are perfectly reflected in the email itself, right? Force fed red pill, right? More of a man than she is, right? The Cinderella effect, all this stuff, it's all there. It's classic, right? Manipulation. It's all right there. All the horror stories are there. Now, he still fell for the single mom because he never healed from the force fed red pill, right? Which is the 3 year heal that he says that he had to take. He never really healed, and now he's done with women. MGTOW. And so to you, my friend, that you sent the email, I want to say again, thanks. And I said, you're not done. You're 33. You can still become a master fisherman. Just remember, this was just training. That's it. Nothing less, nothing more. Do not quit. This ain't get to the finish line type thing. It's about the journey. Now, let's go. Now, let me give you a context to the quote. Here we go. Where's it at? Here we go. All right, here we go. Jack. Now, I don't know who Jack is, but I guess this is a conversation so it could make more sense. You didn't think there is any chance of, I don't know who, Gwendolyn becoming like her mother in about 150 years. Do you, Algie? Algernon, all women like their mothers. That is their, all women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his. Right? Now, this is a conversation, right? That these guys, I don't know if it's a woman and a guy or a guy and a woman, but the point is this, right? The point is that that's the quote. All women become like their mothers. That's their tragedy. No man does. That's his. Now, apparently, somebody tries to break it down of what it means, right? So it's an exchange of the response, right, that represents, where is it at? Here we go. Since Gwendolyn really does resemble her mother in a number of ways, and this is what you need to understand, all right? It's not the exact copy, but you must look at what it resembles. This is a key word, resembles, right? You must decipher this word and that there are ways and that number of ways, meaning infinite number of ways that resemble, which means they're interconnected. Now, of course, to me, it makes perfect sense, and I'm kind of trying to break it down the best way that I can to mansplain it for you, right? But here we go. She demonstrates similar habits of speech and frame of mind. Now, here is where I leave the homework to you. You need to decipher where it pertains and why it is a tragedy to a man, um, of why the tragedy is that he does not become like his mother or, yeah, like a mother. Now, if you can decipher that, right, it'll make perfect sense. So work on the quote, and now you'll see, all right? You'll see, or you can comment down below, right? Look, if you think you got it, comment down below. And well, Space Journals, easy um, quote there for you. Give me something harder next time, right? If you can decipher that, I want to see at what level my viewers out there, where you're at, all right? To see if it is, if I'm getting through, if I'm getting the message out, right? But again, here are some of the tips here, right? That is their tragedy. No man does, that's his, right? Now, I want to see if anybody out there, right, has the nuts, right, to take on this challenge and try to decipher this of what it really means and why it is. And believe it or not, it's a simple quote of how it works. But there you go. I'll leave you with that. I was waiting on a call, so I'll leave you with that. Perfect ending to the video so that you can decipher that. Why is it a tragedy for the man? And it all starts making sense. All right. So there you go. I'll leave you with that. Subscribe if you like. Give me a like. Share. Get it out there. Right? And let's let's see this grow. Together, we will decipher the secrets of the universe, and which they're right there, right? There it is. That's all the mathematics you'll ever need to answer the big questions. So there you go, Space Luchador on this one. I hope to my sender of the email. Um, I want to thank you again. Work on the email. It was pretty you missed a bunch of words. But I'm not here to judge. And at the end of the day, we got the message. So thank you for participating. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video of the man's point of view with your host, the Space Luchador.